Hey guys, Kieran here from Gizmo China, and today we're going to be talking about the Redmi K30 5G. Redmi has just launched its first ever 5G phone, the Redmi K30 5G, which replaces the K20 4G and includes some incredible new technologies. This includes a brand new Snapdragon processor, the latest Sony image sensor, and of course support for the new 5G network. The Redmi K30 5G is a powerful contender in the upper mid-range market and boasts of several world's first titles in its pursuit of offering incredible value for money. There's a lot to talk about in this new phone, but for today and in this video, we're just going to focus on the top 10 features of this brand new phone. The Redmi K30 5G is the first Redmi phone to support 5G, and it's actually the third in the Xiaomi series to support 5G networks. Note that we are excluding Mixed Alpha as it's not commercially available yet. 5G brings significantly faster download and upload speeds to this device, making it much superior to its predecessors in terms of connectivity. The Redmi K30 5G supports 5G Smart Switch and 5G multi-link technologies to ensure the stability of network connection. The Redmi K30 4G is a cheaper alternative to its 5G model. The only main difference here is that it supports an 8nm Snapdragon 730G mobile platform. It carries support for 27-watt fast charging. In the quad camera setup, there is a 2-megapixel macro lens instead of a 5-megapixel one found on the 5G variant. It also lacks support for dual frequency GPS. The rest of the specs of the 4G variant are identical with the Redmi K30 5G. The back panel of the phone features a vertical quad camera setup which is placed inside a glossy round pattern. Remember the 48-megapixel IMX Sony sensor that was inside the Redmi K20 Pro? The new Redmi K30 5G comes with its successor, the Sony IMX 686, with an f1.89 aperture. It supports for 4-in-1 pixel binning. It is the world's first smartphone to be using a 64-megapixel resolution camera. This sensor was made by Sony and will compete directly with Samsung's GW1, which is on the back of the Redmi Note 8 Pro. The other sensor of the Redmi's K30's 5G facing camera setup includes an 8-megapixel ultra-wide lens with 120-degree field of view, a 5-megapixel macro lens, and a 2-megapixel depth assist lens. Redmi claims that the K30 5G uses the same algorithms as the Xiaomi CC9, which has a 108-megapixel camera and features a penta-lens setup. So basically, the K30 is promising that it will have better shooting experience and dim lighting conditions. Qualcomm announced the release of the Snapdragon 765G processor earlier this month, and the Redmi K30 is the first smartphone in the world to use this upper mid-range 5G chipset. The new processor boasts of powerful gaming features and is nearly as good as the Snapdragon 865 processor, which is set to be released in 2020. As the world's first smartphone to feature the Snapdragon 765G chipset, and with a starting price of $284, the Redmi K30 5G is set to be the true first mid-range 5G smartphone. This phone will lead the way for 5G technology in the mid-range market segment. And moving forward, new technology will work its way down into the cheaper market segments. The Redmi K30 5G has a 3D glass body that is curved on all four sides. The smartphone features Gorilla Glass 5 panels on its front and rear. The Redmi K30 5G smartphone that houses a 6.67-inch IPS LCD display. It has a pill-shaped punch hole notch at the top right corner. The size of the punch hole is 4.38mm only. The HDR10 complaint display produces a tall aspect ratio of 20:9 and offers full HD resolution of 1080 and 2400 pixels. It is the first Redmi phone to arrive that supports 120Hz refresh rate. This means you're not going to have any problems when you're scrolling or gaming on the phone. Xiaomi claims that many apps already support this phone's high refresh rate. Just like we said before, the Redmi K30 begs a lot of firsts for this brand. It is their first camera to have dual punch hole cameras on the front display, and not only one camera, but two. And it is also the first phone we see in the Xiaomi series to have punch hole cameras. Xiaomi did have a couple of dual selfie camera smartphones in the past, like the Redmi Note 6 Pro and the Mi Mix 3, but the Redmi K30 5G is the first Xiaomi smartphone with dual punch hole shooters. As mentioned above, the Redmi K30 comes in 5G and 4G versions. Compared to the predecessor Snapdragon 730G, the new 7nm Snapdragon 765G promises 10% better performance. It has the same CPU architecture as the Snapdragon 855 and the same GPU architecture as the Snapdragon 865. Now, considering that the 865 is one of the most powerful processors out there, it's going to give you a great gaming experience. The smartphone comes with up to 8GB of RAM and inbuilt storage of up to 256GB UFS 2.1 storage. A microSD card slot is available for the device for more storage. The Mi Turbo 2 optimized the system's performance, whereas Game Turbo 2 enhances the device for gaming. Remember how Redmi increased the battery capacity of the Redmi Note 8 Pro to 4500 mAh? Well, Redmi has decided to do the same for the K30 5G model. This is mainly because 5G uses a lot more battery power. Redmi also claims that the phone can charge in 1 hour and has fast charging supported up to 30 watts. 5G requires a complicated antenna setup, so this phone actually comes with 2.4 times more antennas than the 4G model. The total amount of antennas here is 12. The phone is also using a new structural design and complex solution to make 5G signals stronger and much more stable. So those are the top 10 features. If you guys liked our video, please give us a thumbs up and do leave us some comments below if you want us to do a more in-depth analysis. This is Kieran from Gizmo China. Thanks for watching.